one of the vampire clans to turn him or teach him how to become a vampire. And so they are not a clan that is natural. They are more or less, they don't come from the blood of Cain per se. They were induced into the kindred society, and then they sired children, and thus the bloodline was created. So they do have very neat blood powers called thaumaturgy, and some of those become very useful later on in the game. And even in the beginning of the game, they also have a mental ability that's similar to some of the other clans that causes not dementation, but it causes you to bend you to your will, pretty much. Bend people to your will. I just can't think of the word right offhand. Now, the Ventru, they are the rich bitches and assholes of the game. They are stuck up, prissy. They cannot drink from low lives of society, bums, prostitutes, or rats. They gain no blood from it, and you have a chance to throw up whatever you drink of the bums, rats, and prostitutes. So this one can be a little bit more difficult later on in the game, especially in areas where there are no higher class people around. So you're constantly buying blood. But there they are. I think this time around I'm going to try my sights on Brujah, because for one, I very rarely play this clan, and I've always wanted to play through it. Call myself Bitchy Brujah. I don't think I'm going to do a history. There are different histories depending on which clan you decide to choose. And they do give you different things, different aspects. Dropped as a baby. Cute. Heart of Stone. Man, it feels like you've got a brick in your chest of all the weird things that can happen during an embrace. You got the weirdest. Your heart is not only made of stone, literally made of stone, but also supports your undead body more efficiently. Unfortunately, it also weighs you down. It costs you less experience to raise blood heal, but it costs you more experience to raise... No, thank you. I want the celerity. The celerity is the speed. You can move very fast, so I'm not going to have a history. Okay, this is the character sheet, and they, at the beginning of the game, they allow you to spend so many points depending on if you choose a history or not. Some of the areas are added for you if you decide to choose specific history. But since we're not, we have to add them ourselves. Let's do 1 in dexterity, 1 in strength. And then I'll do 1 in wits. And then I like my brawl up at the beginning of the game. We need either intimidation or seduction for certain quests or certain NPCs that you can either get blood from or you can talk about money. I'll do intimidation. And let's do dodge. And then start off with, since stealth is like very important in the beginning of the game, you want to put at least 1 point in stealth if possible. The security is needed for lockpicking, but dexterity also helps you with your lockpicking. It'll increase it, but gives me a lockpicking of 2. So at the beginning of the game, that's alright. Because I need melee, and I'm going to need firearms pretty soon, but melee is most important. And then, of course, computer for the hacking. Okay, and then the disciplines that Brujah have, potence is your strength, extra strength, and then celerity is super speed, pretty much. I like to put it in super speed simply because, well, you'll find out why. Okay, and I'm not going to skip the intro in case any of you haven't seen it yet, so here we go.
I want to show you something.
Ooh, I like the tats.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member
I
of
do
our
like the new
organization.
character models.
But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs
Oh, nice.
Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
Huh, it showed the whole thing. Depending on
Which
if you have
leads
a
to the
patch,
fate of the
it'll
ill-gotten
show the
progeny.
cut-off head and
Without a sire,
some don't.
most children are doomed
They
to
cut
walk
away.
the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that
This is bullshit!
if Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Gorgeous Gary Golden. You'll see him later on in the game.
Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to.
Yeah, I like this
If we wish
character
to
model
survive.
much better than the old one.
When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire.
I like the back of it.
This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Kindred, the race of vampires as a whole, or a single vampire? Okay, let's go talk to Jack.
What a scene, man. Hoo-wee. They just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo. It's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Who are you?
I'm Jack.